Hello again, I am Blunty, and hey, bit of a surprise bit of news for us today. Right out of the blue and all, no warning, no tease, no hey, we've got some big news coming tomorrow, just bam! There it is on the main English Monster Hunter Twitter account in my face as I was scrolling past and frankly procrastinating doing some housework. An announcement of not just a launch date, but a sign up for a beta test that's happening really soon for a brand new Monster Hunter game. Now, unfortunately, it's not the as yet utterly mysterious and unofficially named Monster Hunter 6, the game we're expecting to pop next year, right on time for Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary celebrations, and coming out from the same team that gave us the amazing Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, the best-selling title in the series to date. No, this one is mobile only, which is... regulars around here know I'm not really that big on mobile gaming as a rule. After all, we have them to blame very specifically for much of the absolute worst things infecting modern games on every other platform now. Specifically, of course, I'm talking about the most sleazy kinds of microtransaction crap that exists. But I'm making an exception to at least check out Monster Hunter Now. That's what it's called. I'm not saying I'm doing it now, I'm saying it's called Now. N-O-W. Monster Hunter Now. Which is even more confusing than Pokemon Go. It's being developed by Capcom and Timi Studio, or T-I-M-I? Timi? T-I-M-I? Timi Studio Group, a Chinese mobile developer owned by who else but friggin' Tencent, because everything's owned by Tencent. Same devs who gave us the atrociously skeevy Pokemon Unite game, as a matter of fact, and Call of Duty Mobile, which I have not even looked at, but it is a Call of Duty game. It's Activision, and it's a mobile game from a Chinese developer, so I'll just assume it's all kinds of super sleazy and choking to death on gross microtransactions and probably pay to win. I'm hoping real hard that Capcom have the sense to keep a tighter leash on the MTX crap than either the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, and Activision did for their respective games, because I really love Monster Hunter and I don't want to see it become a pay-to-win crapfest on mobile, and I really want this to be worth playing. Hunt monsters in the real world in Monster Hunter Now, a new mobile Monster Hunter game from Niantic and Capcom, launching September 2023. Now, that tweet, that mentions Niantic, the Pokemon Go people specifically, and not TIMI Studio Group, which, when they announced this, November, September last year or whatever, when they first teased that this was on its way, it was the TIMI Studio Group. I'm not sure what's going on there, because Niantic's Wikipedia page mentions nothing of working on a Monster Hunter page, while TIMI's still does. Whatever, doesn't actually matter. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, really, when it comes to mobile devs. They all work in the same friggin' way, don't they? The closed beta test starts real damn soon too, like I said, on April 25th, and there's a new dedicated Twitter account for the game, so you can follow up on the latest news and whatnot at mh_now_en for English, obviously. You can sign up at monsterhunternow.com, all one word, and curiously, it seems you must do so with a Google email account, which might make sense if it was an Android-only thing, but it is also an iOS, and there is an iOS thing on the drop-down you can select. And of course, there's no hard requirement for a Google account on iOS, so whatever's going on there, I don't know. And just in case you didn't know, because, well, I don't think it's general knowledge for the casual Monster Hunter player, but this is actually a long way from the first Monster Hunter mobile game that's been released. There's actually been several over the last, decade and a half or so. Most of them are kind of spin-off style crap and minigames and, whatever. And then, of course, there was the more recent Monster Hunter Stories and Stories 2 games, which got mobile ports, but weren't designed as mobile games as a primary platform. But if you're looking for an actual, real Monster Hunter game, with Monster Hunter gameplay that resembles Monster Hunter on, the other main core series games, then there was Monster Hunter Freedom Unite for iOS, a port of the PlayStation Portable game by the same name, except for the iOS bit at the end. But there was also a dedicated Monster Hunter mobile game called Monster Hunter I, and it was living life in 2006-ish, if I remember correctly. And that, by the way, 2006, that's pre-iPhone. Super Rad has a really cool video all about it if you're curious. I'll link it in the down below. But all of these mobile games, except Stories and Stories 2, which spin-offs and ports, were only ever released in Japan, and sometimes only on very specific mobile carriers in Japan for specific kinds of handsets and crap like that. So this will be the first global release of a Monster Hunter game, a proper Monster Hunter game. I mean, technically speaking, it's not the first mobile Monster Hunter game, because if you define the term a little more broadly, of course, Sony and Nintendo's handhelds have several Monster Hunter games between them, and there's certainly mobile gaming devices out there. And of course, Monster Hunter Rise, which was originally developed for the Nintendo Switch, but now lives on all the platforms. That counts, I guess, because you can be mobile with your Nintendo Switch. That's kind of the point of it. But still, you know what I'm saying? If we're really talking about just your phone, the thing you always carry, the thing you always have with you regardless, yeah, first time for most of us, and certainly for most of the people who watch my stuff here, that will have Monster Hunter on our phones in a kind of a native way. And although there's no controls or any UI at all on the screen in their teaser trailer that they posted alongside this announcement, it sure does look like it's trying to replicate a real Monster Hunter fighting experience, doesn't it? At least, I hope so. Because if this is some kind of auto-battling crap, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm going to be so annoyed and so depressed and so let down. It does at least look pretty slick, though. And even with my distaste for the general ecosystem of mobile games, I can't deny modern hardware is well powerful enough for a pretty slick-looking gaming experience, all else being equal. So, fingers crossed that it's not sucky and it's not choked to death on MTX crap, and cross a second set of fingers that I actually get into the beta, because of course I've signed up already. I'm very excited about it. And if I do get in, I can try it out and share it with those of you here who don't get in. So, you know, stay tuned, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Because only 10,000 people will be invited in, and I bet you quite a large sum of money that there will be that there will be far more than 10,000 people signing up, because Monster Hunter is pretty freaking popular. And 10,000 people is not very much for a global sign-up either. Anyway, just wanted to pop this up real quick to give you folks a heads up and start a chat about this. What do you think? What do you fear most about it being mobile? For me, it's pay-to-win crap, or at least just gross microtransactions or timers and stuff like that, you know? Timers that you have to pay to get around, that kind of crap that's infecting so many mobile games, and one of the main reasons I don't even look at them. Or indeed are some of you like savages that actually regularly play games on mobile? What's that like? How do you live like that? And I'm not just talking about cross-platform stuff like Genshin. I mean full-on mobile exclusive games. Who are you people? Let me know in the down below. Meanwhile, thank you very much for watching. Thank you as always to the patrons scrolling above there. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.